Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Shatner. How are you?
So let me tell you how I am. Where I'm sitting
Yeah.
is a lovely desk. Uh, I believe I bought this desk a long time ago, and then it was fitted into this room when I built the room, and then they built all kinds. I've forgotten now. It's been so long. So, but this is a wonderful desk facing. Are you in America?
No, I'm in Ealing in West London.
Well, I'm overlooking a valley, the San Fernando Valley,
Fantastic.
to the west. Those lights that are shining through is the east. The sun is rising there.
Yeah.
The sun sets there. And I use this room. It's a big room, an 11-foot screen, and we have parties up here. Monday night football and all that kind of thing.
Fantastic.
Food over there. Yeah, it's a great, joyous time. But I've never sat at this desk. I've been elsewhere. I've been at my office. So I had a computer here for 20 years. I never touched it. Okay. So then the pandemic, we're all locked in our homes, and I go to try the computer, and the computer doesn't work. So I call the guy that does all the computer work. Comes, he says, it's dead. It's 20 years old. It's useless. So I bought a new one. Now, I have a wonderful assistant in an office, and I say, I'm ready to go on Zoom, and she'll do the whole Zoom thing. I don't do Zoom. I don't do all that stuff. I'm now forced to do my own Zoom. So in trying to figure out how to get on to me too, I've just had an emotional experience. Like the getting in is J, the last two letters are JJ, capital J and small j.
Right on.
How do I get to capital J and small j? And I'm finding all this out. And I'm thinking, what the heck? I never knew that.
So you've been on a whole journey just to get here. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. We were actually introduced by our mutual friend Barry Greenberg. He very kindly set this up for me, and so we're here to celebrate 42 years of the Forbidden Planet store in London.
I visited there once.
You did indeed.
Many years ago.
Yeah, and you're actually number one. You're our most popular store guest ever. And number two, you were voted just recently. You were voted number one Forbidden Planet icon of all time.
For goodness sakes! I hope I don't destroy the whole illusion today.
Hey, and not only that, you played all of my great screen heroes: Captain James T. Kirk, of course, the Barbary Coasts, Jeff Cable, T.J. Hooker, Denny Crane, Dr. Ed Goodson. It's all you, and it's a pleasure to meet you. It really is.
Thanks. So have you been there a long time?
I used to be a magazine publisher. I used to work for Time Warner, so I used to publish a bunch of international movie and music magazines. But I actually run a merchandise company now, a movie merchandise company that's owned by the same company as Forbidden Planet. Funnily enough, one of the things we make are these Star Trek vinyl toys. So when you threw out the pitch at the Boston Red Sox a couple of years ago, I went over to Fenway and we made a bunch of these with the Red Sox logo on.
I was so embarrassed. So they said, "Would you like to throw the ball?" So everybody likes to throw the ball, and I used to play. But as I've gotten older, my shoulders. Are your shoulders sore at all?
Yes, I'm afraid so. Yeah.
So are mine. So the motion of throwing the ball can be a little awkward now.
Yes.
So that hurts a little.
Yeah.
So they give me the ball and I walk out onto the mound and I look down. I've never been on a professional mound before. I look down, I don't see anybody there to catch the ball. I said, there's nobody there to catch the ball. They said, that's first base. So I turned 30 degrees. Well, there we are. And then I threw the ball and my shoulder hurt. So the ball fell somewhat short and everybody clapped. Did you see Dr. Fauci throw the ball out?
I did,
So you
absolutely.
saw how
Yeah,
awkwardly he did that. I
absolutely, I
didn't
did.
do that. So then I insisted on throwing it again so I could get the ball to the catcher.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah, so that was fantastic. I used to publish music magazines here in the
Uh-huh.
UK, and one of your favorite project, my favorite projects of yours, was the Has Been album with Ben
Yes,
Folds,
yes, I
and
love it.
I really loved your performance of Common People on the
I
Tonight
know
Show
it was
with
fabulous.
Ben Folds and with Joe Jackson. It was just that was incredible. How did
Joe
that
Jackson
feel?
was incredible. I've got 2 albums. I've done something quite different for me. So prior to the pandemic, I finished a blues album, of which one song has been released. Let's All Work Together, and it's a minor accomplishment. We're going to release another one, another blues number. The Thrill Is Gone, BB King's Thrill Is Gone. But we're also doing a video, a animated video of I Put a Spell on You, and that's more fun than that. That probably is the diadem in the album, and I'll be anxious to see how everybody's reaction is to the animation of The Thrill Is Gone.
So
Uh,
when can we expect to see that?
well, that'll be out the end of this summer. All that'll
Fantastic.
happen in a month or two. But then there's another project that I'm so like it's been extraordinary. A friend of mine is a lyricist in New York City, and his friend, with whom he went to college many years ago, and was part of a band. That gentleman, Dan is a professional musician who makes his living writing music. So he's our composer. So I have a lyricist and a composer and me in Los Angeles, thousands of miles apart. We've put together in this time an album, an autobiographical album, of which many of the stories, which may be familiar to audiences who've read my books, we've lyricized, if that's a word. We've put words to those events. For example, in March of last year, I was in London getting ready to go to the Apollo Theater. It was a Monday morning. It was a Monday morning. I was still in bed, resting up for what my performance was going to be in the evening, and I'm lying in bed listening to television, and and uh, and your prime minister. Uh, uh, uh,
Was it
what's
was
his
it was it the female prime minister back then? Was it Boris?
Boris.
Yeah.
So Boris comes on and says, "Oh, this herd immunity." It was just last March.
Yeah.
This March, he says that herd immunity that I thought was going to work is not working. And he says he's saying this like at noon.
Yeah.
It's not working, and so no more than I forgot whether it was 10 people or 50 people can come together at the same time. That's Monday noon. I'm due at the Apollo Theater at 7:30. The curtain's going to go up on me, and it's a sold out audience of 3,500 people at the Apollo. And I'm thinking, what's the audience going to do? Nobody calls me. The car comes for me. I leave the hotel. It's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. I'm standing backstage, and I don't know whether there's one person. I could hear a few people talking. Whether there's one person or whether there's 3,500 people. Has everybody left?
Yeah.
And the curtain comes up, and there's almost the full theater. Almost everybody came there to see me. And it was such an emotional evening where they had heard Boris Johnson in the same way as I had. They came to the theater, and we recognized it at the Apollo that night how much love that went
Yes. Right.
between us.
Between you.
So I tell that story, and the lyricist, Rob, says, "Why don't we write a song about it? Because we're writing songs." So there's a song in the album, Monday Night in London.
Fantastic. That's amazing.
It is amazing.
When is that going to come out?
Well, we don't know. I got to release the blues album first.
Yeah,
But I got 18 songs for this album that we made, and I did it on this and a microphone here. I recorded it on the iPhone.
Amazing. Well, we very much look forward to hearing that, and thanks for sharing that story with me. That's it. And thanks
First time I've told it.
and thanks for sharing this time with me and being here to celebrate Forbidden Planet.
Well, I'm so glad that your stores exist. They're wonderful. Hopefully, I'll come back and make another appearance.
You are always welcome. Just please let us know, and we'll open up the store for you. It'll be great to see you. You take care of yourself.
You too now.
Yeah, all the very best. Take care.
Bye-bye.